Hey everybody, it's been a hot minute since I've last posted a video here. I've been crazy busy with training the next generation of game designers and artists at my day job. Now, I had to jump back into production and react to this one because this is very important to me. There's finally been some new trailers and new footage released regarding the new entry into the Need for Speed franchise. Now, if you've been following along at home, you probably know that I was involved with the development of the older, like OG Need for Speed Underground games. And I've been feverishly waiting for a time when Need for Speed went back to the well and started developing the actual third installment of Need for Speed Underground. Well, it seems like that time is today. We've finally got our time machine. If you've noticed, there's a new skate game being developed, and now Need for Speed Unbound suspiciously looks like Underground. Now, while it no longer has the pedigree of being a black box game, ripped to black box, but some of my friends over at EA Canada used to be in the black box studio, and they've been helping Criterion with getting this one developed and out the door. Now, I have to admit, I have some concerns already. Traditionally, the Need for Speed launch window has been that all-important American Thanksgiving weekend. It's been a really important date for making bank when it comes to releasing software in that holiday season. So the fact that their launch date is set in early September means that they've likely missed a few milestones along the way. On top of that, it seems like inflation is everywhere these days, and the cost of games is going up a few dollars at a time, and this game is part of that. So now you have a very premium title, potentially coming in later than originally anticipated. Now, also, to play the other side, play devil's advocate here, the fact that they may have missed that launch window also means that EA was willing to give them time. They're willing to slip the ship date in favor of a hopefully more polished and complete game. This is kind of unheard of for EA. They've traditionally fought against letting things slip. They generally just keep throwing more bodies at things until it smooths out and is shippable. I've been on those types of games where you're a firefighting team and they just throw more and more and more people at it until it goes out the door. But that's not necessarily the way to make the best game. So for me, on this one, I am actually pretty hype about it. I'm very excited. And so before I say too much more, I want to dig into the trailer and kind of see what we can see. So let's see here. All right, ESRB info. Now, for a lot of people, the aesthetic here has been very polarizing. We've got stuff that looks kind of cartoony, and then we've got some photorealism with, cars and world. I think it's fantastic. I am in love with this aesthetic. I think the fact that they've sort of stepped away from just trying to be the same old constant visual over and over again is amazing. I'm here for it. Now again, they are also claiming to have a native 4K resolution at 60 frames per second. That would be awesome for the franchise. I mean, given that it's only going to be on the newer hardware, it's only PS5, it's only Xbox Series X and S, no PS4, no old Xbox One, so they should be able to maximize the technology. They're also claiming to have fully rebuilt the physics engine. I've never enjoyed a Criterion Games Need for Speed. Their gameplay feel has traditionally been very different. If anybody remembers, back in the day, they used to make Burnout games, and then they took over some of the Need for Speed duties. I just didn't like the feel compared to the old Need for Speed driving model, so I'm hopeful here. They also have a full single-player experience. It's offline, which is awesome. That's what the game should be all about. But, also the fully featured online multiplayer mode. I know a lot of people love multiplayer online, but for me, like I said, I'm here initially for the single player story mode. All right, when we're in the middle of this, I just want to say, a quick shout out to please like, subscribe, and share the video. I'm not going to talk about this a lot. I want to get back into the game stuff. There's another gameplay video aside from that that EA released recently, and I just want to take a look at that as well. So here we go with this one. This one's more of a gameplay look and an aesthetic look. Yeah, it's all about the aesthetics. We got just kind of slow shots. Choose your driving effects. Like I said, I think that this aesthetic is something. It is something that sets them apart. Overall, you know, Need for Speed was overshadowed by Forza Horizon, right? Like on the Xbox. On the PlayStation, they never really had much. Maybe like, you know, the Gran Turismo Sport or whatever it was, but really, was that really competition for the Need for Speed franchise? So for me, you know, I'm hopeful that there's going to be a lot of depth in the tuning and customization in the game. You know, like all the engine swaps, all that stuff. I've seen some things like 13B rotary Mazda Miata already. I've seen some interesting looking stuff that's been released. Toyota is notably missing from their car list. That does suck because, you know, you want your turbo, or not your turbo, you want your Supra turbo, you want your, you know, 86s, you want your GT86s, you want all that sort of stuff. But they're not going to be there. And that also means you don't get your, you know, Lexus like the IS300 and ISF and all that stuff. But I digress. Toyota is not playing ball. That's fine. The fact that they're leaning into this over-the-top story, I'm here for it. You know, I love that aspect of the old games. The cops and cop chases look to be pretty varied. You know, they've got their standard SUVs and sedans and things, but it looked very interesting that they're leaning into the cop chases again. And I'm very interested to see on the business side, you know, post-launch, are they going to do what everybody else does now? Are they going to do a battle pass? They're going to use like free-to-play things that have been tacked on. If they do that after charging me almost $100 for a game, I'm going to be pissed, right? You gotta learn, EA, that you either go with all the free-to-play stuff and make your base game either free or cheap, or you give me all the content that I paid for with this $100 game. Don't do both, right? Don't have another Star Wars Battlefront 2 launch. You've already had a handful of bad things in the last little while. Battlefield 2042 was a total stinker. So please, 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 EA, you know, get this one right. All right, everybody. Thank you so much for watching this. I'd love to know in the comments down below, are you planning to pre-order this thing? Are you going to get with the special edition that has all the useless perks in the pack, like extra outfits for your character and extra special effects and a couple of cars that they haven't even named yet? I'm not a big fan of these special editions, especially if they're just digital only. I can't get down with paying $100 to have a couple of license plates thrown onto my game. Give me something that is genuinely unique. Give me something that I can genuinely show off in game. And then maybe I'll give you a few extra dollars. All right, everybody. I'm excited. I'm scared. I'm probably going to buy it and stream it on launch day. So until next time, happy gaming, everybody. Take care.